So we see Semantu evolve into a Web3 search engine powered by semantic AI. And in this demo I want to show you some of the core pieces of technology that we have already built today for this. And I want to paint a picture of where this can go in the near future. So in this demo we're going to search in natural language, we're going to query a decentralized data set, get back the raw data, determine what the best way is to visualize this data, download the right bits of code, and then show it on a web page. And as a bonus, we're going to take that from a web page and take it to virtual reality. Now there's a lot of data sets available in the linked data space, but one of the most used one is DBpedia, which is basically all the data in Wikipedia available in a linked data format so that we can query it. So what we've built here is a search engine for the data in Wikipedia. Here's some example queries. So for example, I search for companies producing solar panels. What I get back is companies with their logos and some information of what they're producing, and you can see in the products that they're producing solar panels. For example, Tesla Energy, most people will recognize. Companies in the Netherlands, now it's looking at where these companies are based, and it's finding a bunch of companies that me as a person from the Netherlands, I can confirm these are Dutch companies, or companies founded since 2020. And now it understands that it's looking for when it's founded. Since 2020 means 2020, 2021 and onwards. So let's unpack a little bit what's happening here. So if we start from fresh and we start here with the first query again, what you can see here is how we detect the different words and how we analyze that sentence. And we basically map that with what we know exists in this data set, what is called an ontology. And so we see companies are things that are tracked in DBpedia, and what companies produce is also something that is tracked. And so we recognize those words and we then turn this natural language query into a query for the database, which you see here. Now there's some warnings of images that don't work. But once we have that query, that gets sent off directly to the dataset. So here what you see here is that we are directly querying dbpedia.org. So this is decentralized. This search engine doesn't need a backend. It can literally directly search in these datasets. And what we get back is linked data. Now once we got this data, we add it to the local graph. You see other libraries and frameworks that handle this type of data just let you deal with the raw data basically. But we have a mini lightweight graph database running in your browser. And to our awareness, that's the first of its kind. And by recreating the graph locally, it is a lot easier for developers of these components to visualize, query, or manipulate that data. Okay, so now we want to visualize these results, right? We have the data, let's show it. So Semantu here determines the best matching interface components and then dynamically loads them. It looks something like this. It says, okay, we're on a website and we want to show a list of companies. So I'm looking for a small preview representation of each company. Can I find interface components for that? Now in this case, the answer is yes, because I've built exactly that. I've created a preview component for company and published it in a module called demo company. So Semantu finds that component and then it dynamically loads the module, which you see here on the right after we get the results. The next thing that happens, it's loading this module, this JavaScript bundle with these components inside. And it can then use that to visualize these results. And so what you see here, the information of how to display a company came from that bundle that was loaded dynamically. Now we are opening up this repository so that anyone can build components. And so this could have been any other component made by anyone else on the network. So this means that everyone can contribute to how search results are visualized and how data in general is visualized. Now here's the next cool thing. So far we've been viewing these results as a web page. But because of the nature of linked data, because everything boils down to the same basic types, and because in Semantu everything uses the same basic components, we can easily map some of these components to different environments and thereby map entire applications and make them accessible in different environments. So what do I mean by that? Well, for example, we can map things to 3D so that they can be used in virtual reality, augmented reality, or the metaverse. So here with the click of a button, I'm going to switch to 3D. And now Semantu is looking for 3D components that visualize companies. And it's going to find something because I've created something. It's a rather simple one. It can look a lot better, but it proves the point. It downloads this module and it now visualizes the data of these companies in 3D. The key thing to understand here is that this applies to any data in any application built with Semantu. And like this, all applications built with Semantu will become accessible in many different environments automatically. Now let me give you one more cool example of that. So here I have a leap motion controller. Now there's quite a few devices like this these days that either track a part of your body or track your environment. This one tracks your hands in 3D space. And so I've built a little module for that, and I've let it recognize swipes. And so if I'm swiping my hand here, I can swipe through my results. Now that I've built this module, anyone who owns such a device can automatically use it in any application built with Semantu. You see, most of these cool new devices, they get some applications built for them. They build their own app store. But the thing is that these applications that get built need to be adjusted to be able to work with these devices. And so they usually end up with only a handful of applications. But with Semantu, you create a little module for it, and now anyone can use it for any application built in Semantu without the builders of that application needing to do anything at all. Alright, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this demo. All of the technologies that we have seen will be used in our no-code app builder and marketplace that we are working on. I hope you have a better understanding now of some of the technologies that we've already developed for that, and that I have sparked your imagination and excitement for where this can go.